Hello Church, happy Friday. Many of you probably already know about the Supreme Court decision released today that eliminates the constitutional right to abortion in our country. One of the first jobs that I had out of college right after I became a Christian was to work at a crisis pregnancy center. And the time that I spent working alongside the volunteers and the staff of that amazing place left a huge indelible mark on me. All that they did to care for people in the community who needed it. And yet I can say that from then until now, I never thought we would see the day when Roe v. Wade would be overturned. And so the first thing I want to say as we take in this news is just to thank God for all of the lives that will be saved as a result of this decision. As Christians, we are theologically pro-life for the same reasons that we would support something like racial justice or gender equality. It's because we believe very strongly in a theology of personhood that says that every human life, every human being is created by God and is meant to bear his image in the world. And so what that means is that every human life is imbued with dignity and unimaginable worth. And yet, even as we consider this, we also need to consider the very practical impact of this decision on many in our society. As we know, this is going to disproportionately affect the poor and the marginalized, as many things do. And so this ruling means that many children are going to be born into situations where adequate care cannot be provided. It means that there are many women who are even now already pregnant, who are going to be giving birth over the next 8 or 9 months to children that they had not planned to have. And so I think that as Christians, even as we celebrate all of the lives that are going to be saved as a result of this, we also need to recognize the dramatic increase in responsibility that we now bear. One of the most striking features of the early church was not only their strong and clear opposition to infanticide, but it was their willingness to go above and beyond to care for and to meet the needs of both unwanted children who had been left out to die in the wilderness, to care for orphans who had lost their parents, and to care for the poor women and widows who lacked the means to care for and provide for their children. And so the church was known for going above and beyond to care both for the unwanted children and for the widows and the poor women who lacked the means to even care for themselves. And so this was a mark of the early church and something that I think should continue to mark the church in our society today. And so as we look at this decision, we recognize that this will likely mean that more women than ever are going to come to places like DC seeking abortions, coming from more conservative areas where abortion is no longer an option for them. And so I believe that this could be a massive opportunity for churches like ours, for the sake of mission and for the sake of kingdom, to reach out to and care for these women who are facing unimaginable circumstances and having to make incredibly hard decisions. I've already been so encouraged in our own community by the fact that people have been proactively reaching out since this was leaked not too long ago, offering things such as financial assistance for people who might want to adopt and wanting to set up adoption funds and things like that. So I've been very encouraged by that. We've also already been working to plan a discussion event very similar to the event that we held about the Russian invasion of Ukraine. So we're trying to pull some people together who can help lead us in a discussion about what this decision means for our church and the ways that we might be able to see this as an opportunity for mission to love and care for those in our midst who most need it. As much as we've been trying to plan that due to travel schedules and summer and all of that, it may take a little time for us to be able to pull something like that together. So stay tuned, and we will let you know as soon as we have specifics on that. In the meantime, I simply urge you to pray. I urge you to pray, first of all, a prayer of thanksgiving for all the lives that will be saved. I urge you to pray for peace in our city. for the police and for others who will be responsible for helping manage the protests. Just pray that these protests would not turn violent or destructive, that nobody would be hurt. Pray for the women and the families for whom this is going to create significant hardship. Pray against hopelessness. Pray for God to provide through the church and through other means for those women and families. And then continue to pray for churches like ours, that God would give us wisdom to know how to respond faithfully and to recognize the opportunities that we have to love and serve people in His name, and in ways that bring glory to Him. So that's all I have for you. I know it's a lot, but we'll be having more opportunities to pray and discuss these things in the weeks and months moving forward. Until then, I look forward to seeing you all on Sunday in worship. I will pray for you and ask the Lord to bless you as I did this morning. And until then, God bless.